Hey guys, what's up? I'm Greg, he's cute. Together we're Mr. Happy 0121, and for once, for the second day in a row, we're doing fast food on this channel. Or at least one of us is. Here comes a close-up. And now a close-up of the Bacon Queso Burger. Usually on these type things we try to get cute and go with like the chicken or the fries, but not today. We're too old for that. We're just going to move forward and do the straight burger. The Bacon Queso Burger. Right out of the box, not looking too bad. We're going to go ahead and help them out and spread that queso so maybe that we can taste it all over the burger. Got our bacon, got our onions. Good stuff. Overall, not a really bad looking burger. But like I said, we're going to go ahead and do them the favor of spreading that out a little bit. Another close-up for the ages. It's been a while since you've been here. You still remember the close-ups, right?
Yeah, I do.
It was amazing. For those of you wondering, the single queso bacon burger cost $5.09. And it took me 4 times to be able to say that correctly. Are you ready?
Sure am.
Awesome. We're going to cut this beauty in half. What is that?
Some funk on it. Hopefully that's some type of tasted.
No. Looks like somebody dropped their dab.
Gee, what's that?
A dab?
Yeah.
It's a dance.
Ah, cool.
Would you like to hold your side? I already touched the burger, but
Looks
you
like,
know,
it looks like a veggie burger.
unlike most people out there, you see that I wash my hands before the video, so you're not stressing about the germs. Sometimes people are like, you touched your side of the burger. They're very concerned about your health. Or they think I'm a very dirty person. One of the two. Would you like to keep the plate in this custody battle?
Nah, it's fine.
Here's something unusual. There's shredded cheese on this.
There is.
Now, granted, if you read the description, we'll be able to explain what kind of bun this is, because it looks like the bun is a queso-flavored bun. It's got chunks of stuff in it. I could be way wrong. It could be like pumpkin. You know who probably has the description of the bun perfectly in their video?
Who?
Ian K.
Oh, of course.
So, you know, when you're done here, go find out what's really on this. We're just going to tell you if it's good or not, because we're amateurs. We're not pros like the folks over there that peep this out. Bite one. Observation number 1. Get some napkins. Observation number 2. I'm really thinking this bun is some kind of queso bun. Queso flavored bun. Any guess? Bite 2. Bite 3. In discussions held while the camera was off, it was decided I will give my grade first. I'm going to give the Bacon Queso Burger an 83. We outthought ourselves. You know, like I said, we go with the off of the 2 choices. This would have been better with chicken. The queso and the beef, not the best combo. If you take just the beef off of this and throw a piece of chicken on there, I personally, I don't know what he's going to say, who knows, I think it would rate much higher. So much so that I think we may, or one of us may do that later in the week. For now, it's an 83. Everything on this works except the beef with the condiments. What do you say?
79. It was just mediocre. It could have used more bacon, but I feel like that's like a factor that's relative to where you're getting it and who's making it.
True.
So, if it had bacon, it would have been like 2 points better, or like, you know, more bacon.
In your opinion, did what I say hold water?
Yeah.
The queso maybe would have been better with chicken instead of beef.
Yeah, I agree.
So, that's where we're at. He said 79, I said 83. It's not awful by any means. It's just not really good. It's just okay. It's okay. When's the last time you were here on the old channel? What you been doing? I don't even remember the last video you were here for.
Just sleeping.
That's a fact. That's why he hasn't been around. We don't see each other. He's asleep when I'm awake and vice versa. That's part of the reason there ain't been no live stream. Since I did an actual honest review yesterday, I don't want people getting the wrong idea. So I'm just going to throw something completely random out here on the way out. And we'll give a spoiler to a 3-year-old movie that no one ever saw.
Okay.
You ever see the trailer or heard of the movie The Boy?
No.
This woman, in the trailer, I'll set the trailer up. She comes to this giant house and there's these old people that meet her at the door. And there's a doll of a boy. And the people treat him like he's human. And then they tell her, you know, they're going to leave town. Here's the checklist of things we need you to do for the doll. I thought, I don't know why, but for 3 years I thought this movie could be pretty damn good. All the way up to the point that I actually purchased the Blu-ray on Black Friday. Thank God I purchased it for $6.50. It's been sitting on my shelf, and because you know I'm this way, it's still sealed. It was on Showtime last night on the app, so I played it, and I didn't even get up and unwrap my Blu-ray because I suck. So, okay, now, for those of you that haven't seen The Boy, run. Probably anyone that has is wondering why the hell I'm talking about this. This movie, this woman comes in his house. They spend the first hour convincing you that the doll is alive. They didn't convince me. Because of the checklist, I thought it was very sketchy that things needed to be done loudly and at certain times, and the doll couldn't leave the house and all this crap. So the first hour of this movie, you're subjected to this woman carrying a doll around. Literally, that's the movie. There's like 4 actors in it. Nobody's getting killed. Nothing happens. She's carrying a doll around, and somehow the doll's convincing her that she's alive. It's alive.
Cool.
Not really. I was sitting there going, this is the slowest moving movie ever.
Was there a big twist?
There was indeed a big twist. The Boy was actually based on a boy that had died years before in a horrible house fire. And so he was like, they try to lead you to believe that the boy's spirit was somehow in the doll. Well, the woman has been carting this doll around, has an abusive husband. Once again, spoilers for a movie nobody cares about. He comes in and he smashes the boy.
Oh.
And like when he breaks the head, it looks like sand runs out. So I'm thinking, oh God, the ashes are in the body.
Yeah.
Oh no, my idea, that was better than the movie. Maybe the production designer was like, that's what y'all should have done, so I'm going to put these ashes in here. So he smashes the boy and the house starts going crazy. And see, I watched this with my girlfriend. My thought was there was a demon possessing the house and that the boy was just a smokescreen because I said, you know, this or that, you need to do things. And she was really talking to the house. Oh no, no. Out of the wall pops a guy, a full-grown man wearing the mask of the boy that she's been toting around the whole movie. And he then goes to work beating to death the abusive husband. He was the little boy that burned up and has lived in the walls all this time. That was the whole movie. That was the twist.
Cool.
One dead body. Not counting the parents of the boy that went and committed suicide off camera.
Wow, man. Sounds like a great piece of cinema.
An hour of 40 minutes, an hour of which she carries around a doll for the twist that a guy pops out of the wall wearing a mask, talking like a little kid.
So you didn't enjoy it?
I did not enjoy The Boy. That would be my blurb if I could be a movie critic and put it on the back of the box. Greg says, I did not enjoy The Boy. Now, so there's my 4th of July wisdom. This is what me and him are doing. It's like 7 o'clock at night on 4th of July. People out eating hamburgers and hot dogs, waving a flag, fireworks. We're here talking about The Boy so that you guys will have something to watch on July 5th. That's America, friends. Anything you want to add about The Boy?
Nope. You seem very disappointed.
I was bamboozled, man. I was swindled. I bought the movie. I had looked forward to it a small amount thinking, yeah, that's like Annabelle except it's a dude.
What's better, a really, really awful movie or just like a kind of boring movie that's not good and it's not bad, it's just kind of in the middle?
I watch awful movies on purpose.
So would you say an awful movie is better than a mediocre movie?
Any day of the week. Because an awful movie you can laugh at or quote lines from or have fun with.
The Boy wasn't awful, it was just kind of...
It was the wrong kind of awful.
Oh.
It was shot beautifully.
Yeah.
The acting was good. So there was nothing there. The dialogue wasn't bad.
The plot was just...
It was just a big steamy turd on a silver plate. And then they served it up to you. Put that on the box too. I think we're done here.
Think we are?
We ate a queso bacon burger and I ranted about a movie from 2 years ago that no one's seen. And I really hope that me talking about it does not increase your level of interest. Just go watch the trailer and then remember he lived in the wall and he popped out and it sucked.
Be awesome if there was someone who watches this video who who's like the biggest fan of that film and writes you like a 5-paragraph essay on why you're incorrect.
Yes, it's a metaphor for Americans
For
trapped
oppression,
behind the walls of something.
Genders.
See? Didn't you guys miss him? That's all I got today. That's all he's got today. We're done. We'll be back later in the week with the chicken version of this. Until then, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can find us on all social media, Mr. Happy0121.
Stay vigilant. America.
You know who wasn't vigilant?
Who?
The people that invested in that movie, The Boy.
So you weren't vigilant. You didn't follow
all the things that they could have done with that money. They put a mask on some 30-year-old man. And how do you talk like this? I live in the walls and I'm the boy.
Did you really talk
yes.
like that? That's great.
If there would have been more of that, and just had him killing people, it would have been bad enough to have fun with. But you didn't get enough of it.
The sequel.
They set it up for a sequel.
Oh, no.
The movie ends. Spoiler. He's down in the basement, piecing the boy together.
Oh. That's awesome.
This woman escaped with her life, taking another dude, the caretaker. There's only 4 people in the movie, leaving her dead ex-husband there on the ground, just a bloody pulp. And when they drive off, I'm like, you know, for whatever reason, she's just going to drive away and no authorities will ever be alerted. Sure enough, cut to the next scene. There's the house, abandoned. And then the boy's down there putting it together, you know, because in horror movies, people don't call the police.
Yeah.
Remember when we ended this?
I'm looking forward to the sequel.